The South is turning sultry just in time for Deep Water Vineyard's faved wine mixer. Let's welcome back our friend Andrea Freiwald, owner of Deep Water Vineyard and on the bucolic and wild Wadmalaw Island. So glad to have you back.
Thank you.
So I remember the first time you came back, and that was almost 10 years ago.
10 years. This is our 10th year.
That's amazing.
It's nuts, yeah.
God, time flies.
I know, right?
A whole decade. What a milestone. And this was kind of all on sort of a whim and a prayer, right?
100%. That's the best way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So tell us, just take us through the journey, if you wouldn't mind, coming to South Carolina and becoming a vintner.
Yeah, my other job kind of lets me be wherever I want to be, and so we had one last winter in Minnesota, and like, we're out.
Yeah.
Let's find a different place, and stumbled upon Charleston. I know I'm one of those not from here people, but we love it here.
Expat right here, so you're in good company.
And yeah, we had no business owning a vineyard, so we were down here for like 2 years, 3 years before it even popped up, and I was like, they don't have a vineyard there, no way, they don't grow grapes here. And sure enough, there's a vineyard on Wadmalaw, and by one twist of fate after another, it kind of fell into our laps, and we were like, all right, guys, we got a zoo now, and let's go.
I know. It is so beautiful when you go out there. You just get transported to another place and time, and it's exactly what you need at the end of the week or in the middle of the week. I mean, it's not just for people coming in from out of town, but the fact that Charleston can claim its own winery is kind of unique.
It is absolutely unique. Yeah, and we're obviously the only one. We also are the only meadery in the Charleston area. So yeah, and I want to talk about some of the new things that you're bringing to market. But what you grow there are muscadine grapes. Correct.
But you also serve and sell other types of wine.
We do, yeah. So when we took over, there were 5 different wines that were sold, all from the 13 acres that we have out there. But since then, we've added 20 more wines.
Wow.
And we can't do that with all the muscadines.
Sure.
So we partner with a vineyard out in California, or a grower out in California. They give us the grapes, and then we turn them into wine.
That's where you want to find some grapes, isn't it? Out of California. Yeah,
Lots
they know a thing or two about wine grapes. Yeah. I think it's wonderful too that you do create sort of that variety for everybody, because muscadine, it's more of a sweet wine.
Traditionally more sweet.
Right.
Yep.
I remember you always said this is a porch sipping wine.
It really is.
And it's true, nice and chilled, sitting on the porch, watching the sun go down.
Yep.
But then these other wines, for all kinds of palates.
Of course, yeah. So big, bold cabs and zins. We have some sparkling wines on the menu as well. A little bit drier, like Sauv Blanc, Chardonnay. So lots of options out there.
Reds and whites.
Reds and whites.
Yeah, that's great. So tell us about the mead part of it.
Yeah.
We actually had the opportunity to come out to Wadmalaw, to Deep Water, to check out how it's done.
Yeah.
It's
so cool. Mitchell is our mead master. Yeah. He's won so many awards with our meads at international mead competitions.
And for anyone who doesn't know what mead is,
so mead is honey wine. So instead of fermenting grapes, you're going to ferment honey, and that's the honey will eat the yeast and turn into alcohol.
It's delicious.
And it's the world's oldest fermented beverage, so like 8,000 years old.
Wow.
Like, it's old. And it's making a resurgence. And so there are a couple other meaderies in the greater Charleston area, but we're the only meadery, winery, vineyard around. So
that's great. And you were saying that it's won a lot of awards.
It has, yes.
So
and we're just getting into well, we've been making draft meads, so think of like a heavy-bodied seltzer with a little bit of carbonation. And those have been doing really well for us too. So we're going to start bottling those and getting those out in some local restaurants and bars.
That sounds great. Well, I love how you've taken something that was pre-existing here, and you have grown it into this fabulous business, and it's got such a wonderful future too, right?
Yes.
So now the weather is turning warm, and you've got the wine mixer coming up. So tell us a bit more about this event.
Yeah, so the Wadmalaw Wine Mixer is kind of a new take on our Blessing of the Vines. We're still going to have a blessing at 11 o'clock in the morning, but then the rest of the day is just going to be free fun for your family. Yeah. We're going to have like lots of croquet set up, some inflatable golf, cornhole, lots of lawn games, and then music throughout the day, food trucks. So yeah.
Oh, sounds like fun. And we would be remiss if we didn't mention the 2 new members of the Deep Water family.
Yeah.
But also a very sad goodbye to one that we fell in love with, Ida Claire.
Yes, yeah. Ida lived her best life at the vineyard, but she did pass in August. And
Brahman cow.
Yeah, she was a miniature Brahma, and she was probably about 28 by everybody's best guess. So she did live a long, healthy life, and she is dearly missed.
Yes.
But since then, just in the last couple weeks, we've gotten 2 new cows, Maggie and Tara, named after our magnolia and one of the grapes that we have out there, Tara.
Yes.
And they're just the sweetest little mini Highland cows. So they're going to be your hosts for our Wadmalaw Wine Mixer.
I love it. And they're long-haired.
Yeah, they're fluffy.
They're fluffy. And fluffy cows. You don't see those every day. Wonderful. Well, the Wadmalaw Wine Mixer, it's happening Saturday, May 31st at 9:30 until 6 p.m. And the proceeds are going to Folds of Honor.
Yes, we're going to make a donation to Folds of Honor. So come out and support us, and obviously we'll support local as we always do.
That's a great way to celebrate Memorial Day and our country in general. Thank you so much for coming back on, Andrea. And congratulations on all your success.
Thanks so much.
10 more years to go.
Let's go.
That's right. We'll be back after this.